Today we'll be doing a second test on this Wagner Flexio 4300. This is a completely electric sprayer that we're going to paint a fender and a hood with. So I'm trying to dial this thing in to get the best finish possible, but this is completely electric, so there's no compressor needed for this. The first test went great. It sprayed fine. It was very easy to clean and work with. This is a gravity-fed pressurized paint gun. This is the turbine setup. It comes with 15 feet of hose. Right here you have a pressure control. I'll show you the tip size. So there's the size of the tip right there. To me it looks like a 1.0. It might be slightly bigger. I'm trying to find the best DIY option for you guys that don't have a compressor. So that way you don't have to spend a bunch of money on a compressor and all the components that go along with that. You can just buy this unit here and get yourself a decent paint job. This unit right here is $200. You can purchase it at Home Depot. That's where I got mine. We've got some standard base coat here. This is Nason XL. This mixes up 2 to 1. We're going to go with the standard mixing ratio here. This thing produces less overspray than you would think. It's actually a lot less than a conventional style gun. The transfer efficiency is excellent. Put our reducer in. Now, I don't feel like I've totally got this gun figured out, but I have made some progress in kind of determining how to adjust this gun and how to get a good finish. So one of the things I learned from the last time I sprayed is I was putting it on too heavy. So I wanted to limit the amount of fluid coming out of this gun. For me, all I'm doing is feathering the trigger. So I'm just not pulling the trigger fully and just adjusting it that way. And then if I need a little bit more paint coming out, I just pull it a little bit farther. Now, if you don't feel comfortable just adjusting the trigger on your own, there is a trigger adjustment knob you can use, and that limits the flow of this gun. Just like a normal gun, we let it flash off for about 15 minutes before we put on our second coat. You want to be really aware of your speed, your distance, and your overlap when using a gun like this. It's very sensitive to the technique you use to spray with.
Oh, I stepped on the hose.
I accidentally stepped on the hose as I was spraying, so you can see those little dots there. So that's unatomized paint hitting the hood because my gun was pointed at the hood, so I'm just kind of flattening them out a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to get them all out, but we're going to paint it and clear it just the same. Just know that was operator error. I'm going to put another coat on the hood, and then it'll be ready for clear. Gonna mix up some clear. Going with the speed coat. I'm gonna reduce it a little bit this time. Slow activator here. 10%.
Well, I'm going to feather the trigger, so hopefully it'll be a little bit finer spray. And I'm going to go a little slower. We'll see how that works. I'm going to get a little farther away too.
Here I'm just trying some different techniques. I'm going very slow, galactically slow. This is not really sustainable for me to spray like this, especially if you're wanting to spray the entire vehicle. If you're doing a couple panels, you could spray this slow and be fine. But I think we could spray a little bit faster than this and still get a really good finish. I'm just looking to make sure that clears really atomizing well. Being really aware of my overlap and my distance, because it seems like this gun and the way this gun sprays, it's very sensitive to those techniques. So if you're not overlapping properly, you're going to get a little bit of dry spray in some areas. So just make sure you're really aware of that if you're using this gun. And this is just an experiment in process because I still don't feel like I've got this gun totally figured out. Later on, you'll see how I start to speed up a little bit, try and spray a little bit closer, still not, flooding the hood with materials. You got to be able to spray a little bit quicker than this, in my opinion, especially if you want to spray an entire vehicle.
I'm kind of getting the hang of it now, too. Still a little dry in some areas. I'm going to get a little closer and speed up a little bit.
We did decide to put 3 coats of clear on this just to see if that made any difference. It doesn't seem to make any difference. Actually, more material probably makes it a little bit more peely, but the finish on this is going to have some texture. It's going to have some orange peel, but you can wet sand and buff this out and get a glass-like finish, like an OEM finish by wet sanding and buffing it. Maybe I'll go ahead and make a video on that. If you want to see that, let me know down in the comments.
A little dry right there.
This air is hot coming out of here. That probably doesn't help it in these temperatures to flow out because you're putting hot air on here, but actually it doesn't look too bad. I think it's a little bit better than last time, so definitely the fender is. You can still see the peel, and I'm not trying to hide it. There's peel in it. Listen, I'm not trying to make this gun out to be something it's not. I want you guys to have a good idea of what this gun can do, regardless. Make sure you relieve the pressure after you're done spraying. All right, so let me tell you a couple things about this gun while we're cleaning this. Okay, so I'll tell you what I figured out since last time I used this. It is very temperamental as far as your speed and your distance. With this gun, it is very important, for whatever reason, if you're off and you slow down, you speed up, you get closer, you get farther away, it's going to really affect the finish. When you're spraying, the best way to do this, the best way to spray with this is kind of keep an eye on the clear coat and how it's laying down in order to get it to lay down smooth. The other thing is overlap. You really want to make sure you're aware of your overlap. That makes a big difference when using this gun. It's a lot more important with this gun than it is like a traditional gun. So what you're going to see is you're going to see some areas with a little bit of peel, more peel, and then you come over here, there's a lot less peel over here, just because of my speed and my distance. But you could easily wet sand and buff this out. I don't see why not. It is a lot slower than a conventional gun. In order to get a good finish, you have to go a lot slower. I'll try and spray fast and close next time, see, and if we still get the same results. There is the second test with this gun. Hope you found this information helpful. If you're looking to get this gun, $200 at Home Depot. But I appreciate each and every one of you watching. If you like this video, you found this information helpful, definitely like this video and subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of other information on this channel besides these electric sprayers. So I appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Garage Noise.